Before our oral history session, the business we wanted to feature in today's video is Divergent Donuts, a beautifully crafted cafe redefining the donut experience right within our community. The interior was beautiful and modern with a lovely sitting area. Additionally, the employees were very polite and warming towards us, even willing to share insight and conversation. We got a few donuts and drinks as we could not pick just one, and everything was wonderful. Thank you, Divergent Donuts. Now, on to the video. Good morning, Harford County. My name is Kareem Wallace.
My name is Jordan Waters.
My name is Pregnant Jagalaputi.
And I'm Amir Shaw.
And today we're here with our fourth episode of our Voices of Legacy series. This episode is going to be on civil engagement, and we're here with, let him introduce himself.
How you doing? My name is Judge Miller.
Judge Miller, would you like to tell us anything about who you are, what you do?
I'm
preface.
Yeah, I'm Judge Miller. I'm the administrative judge here in Harford County, so District 9.
Okay, so first question we have for you today is, what was your journey in law? Like, what was the journey that you took, and what inspired you to get into law?
All right. So, in terms of what inspired me, I grew up in the city, New York, in the inner city, and so even as a kid, I was that guy that always would protect people. That would, whether it was on the streets, whether it was in the classroom, whether it was, anywhere, I would always defend people. And so I took a liking to that. And so I saw growing up that you can use the law to do those same things, in terms of protecting people. And so naturally, I had this affinity towards the law, the justice system. So from high school, that took me to Virginia, where I went to college. Even at that time, I knew I was going to go to law school. I ended up going to law school in L.A. And then from L.A., returned back to the East Coast to start practicing.
Do you have any memorable experiences that led to your civil engagement or your experiences now?
Yeah, so when I was in LA, I was in law school, and I was, I forget what class it was, but that professor took us to Compton to do a project. And the project, it was centered on, it was one of the social service programs that existed at the time, and I think it was either food vouchers or some type of, like I said, service. And we got there about 8 o'clock, 8:30 before the agency started operating. And, there was a line of people out there, and we were young. It was my first year. I was a 1L, my first year of law school. So, you don't know what you're doing. But our purpose there was to assist people with filling out applications for benefits and then advocating for them to make sure that they receive those benefits. And I remember before we really got started, they were doing it themselves. And we watched as they were being denied services, denied certain benefits. And then once we, got our legs underneath us, we started pitching in. So we got involved. As a class, we started working with people, and the tide started turning. So, they started getting these benefits. They started getting approved. And we noticed it was basically they were being denied because of not filling out the forms correctly. But no one was there to tell them how to fill it out correctly. And so that definitely left a lasting impression on me, because then I realized, the power of, I went to law school because I knew it existed, but to witness it firsthand, the power of advocacy, the power of being able to take, the law and assist people, in their time of need, it definitely left an impression. So to see people walk away that needed these benefits, to be able to obtain those benefits, and be able to help their families. And I remember one person in particular was hesitant to work with us because she felt ashamed about even being in that position to need these benefits, but was so thankful after the process was over because she realized that shame and pride aside, everyone needs help, at some point in their lives. And so I think about that every once in a while, but that's the one thing I can point to.
Being part of Maryland's Judicial Council's Equal Affairs Committee, how do you think you've worked to increase equity in the area?
So what we do as part of that committee, what we've done is we put on, I guess you would categorize it as webinars, but we talk about and teach people about the judicial system. So we teach people about, for example, the last one we did was about the bail review process. And me personally and professionally, I understand that knowledge is power. So the more you know about the process, the more you can access the process. The more you can access the process, the more that that process can benefit you. And so I think your question was how it improves equity. Is that what you said? Well, that's how it does it. Because the more that people can understand how the judicial system works, how it's supposed to work, the better that the system can benefit them.
What does civil engagement mean to you?
Civil engagement means exactly what we're doing right now. When someone in the community reaches out and says, hey, can you do something? You drop everything and you do it. When kids in the community, students in the community ask you to get involved in something, civil engagement to me means you put down what you're doing at that time and you make it work. You find a way to meet their schedule, meet them where they're at, and you get involved. You get involved with them. You get involved in other organizations that ask for assistance, that need your help. I'm only one person, but you do what you can, and to me, that's what civic engagement means: getting involved when asked, with no questions asked.
Obviously, you practice what you preach. Because you with us today.
Yeah. We know you've worked with Aberdeen High School's mock trial team. How do you think that has shaped your view on our generation's civil engagement and our professionalism?
I'll tell you this: we through the media, you see so much negativity about our youth, but being with those guys that on the mock trial team in Aberdeen, first of all, they're rock stars. Shout out to Aberdeen mock trial, Mr. Grant, that entire team. They're rock stars. The work that they put into their craft is. It was just, to me, it was incredible. I told them, and I'll tell you now, what I witnessed in terms of their performance is better than some of the professionals that I see on a daily basis. They were absolutely incredible, and so watching them grow in that process from the first practice until the last competition. And seeing that, it definitely gives me hope for the youth in our community, the youth in our country, and I think if that was portrayed more in the media, I think we would see the youth in a better light. I'll tell you this: when I was coming up, so I guess I was your age, maybe a year younger, there was an article in the paper. I'm from New York, and so I remember it distinctly, that the article, essentially, I'm going to paraphrase, stood for the proposition that I had a better chance, or my likelihood would be that I would either be dead or in jail before I turned 21. And so, like I said before, I mean it. I mean, you know, you call, you know, whatever you guys need, you know.
And we like just the fact that you know made time out of your day.
That was quick.
That was quick. You made it happen.
Yeah.
You made it happen.
No,
that means a lot to us.
It's important though. It's important. And then one day I hope you do the same thing.
Yes, sir.
When people, you know, young kids call you,
Yes, sir.
you know, I hope you do the same thing. You know, we got it. We got to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
we have to do that. If we don't, who will?